we learned last week. How many of us were here last week? Almost everybody. Okay, so what was the particular thing that you learned about guerrilla marketing? So many things. So point out one. Okay, let's.
Open our eyes to a lot of things that we have been doing before.
But you're not doing properly. Okay.
Like me now, one of the things I learned is how to go about my own personality. How to go about mine personally, because now after that day I started thinking of what can I do extra mile, what can I do differently. So one of the thoughts that came to my mind is that we have a lot of young people that move around, because this sharing this flyer is very discouraging sometimes. I went for the storm marketing on Saturday. I remember I gave someone flyer. Before I came back, I saw it on the floor. Yeah. It's very, even I've given someone I know, I came back, I saw it. So it's very discouraging. So one of the things that came to mind is there are a lot of young people that don't have what they are doing. I can use them as well, but you to come with a fee. Then, and I have to think about strategic position. Like Saturdays, people are free, like ShopRite and all those places. But you have to come, then they have to look in a certain way that will get people's attention too.
That's also amazing. So somebody posted a video on the WhatsApp group about guerrilla marketing. The lady and the guy were in the market. They just started fighting. Then at the end of the day, just brought out a placard. That's guerrilla marketing. The fight was just to, this is Lagos. Once you hear bar like this, everybody will turn and say, Kilo Nshele, what's happening? Right? So that fight was just to capture the attention of people before they now presented their message. Okay? So what can you also do to capture that attention? Sometimes it might be, some people like education. Some people don't even know anything about real estate. So the fact that maybe this might be a good idea, morning cry. People go out and say, give your life to Christ. You can also do your morning cry, but this time around, you're talking about real estate. Nobody says you can't do that. So you can go to a place where you know that the people that are living here, they are people that will most likely buy properties, people that can afford to buy properties. Put your megaphone there and just educate them about real estate. 10 reasons why you should buy real estate. Or 50 billionaires in the world, all of them made their money. Just give them something educational, right? All they just need to know is they don't need to see that you know what you are talking about. You understand what you are talking about, then it makes them trust you. So there are people that you do business with, even though you yourself does not understand what the person is saying, but because of that person, you're like, you know what? I don't really understand this, but because saying, "Are you talking?" I go do them, right? So what that will do for you is helps you to, when you give them that kind of information, give them the education that they don't know, it puts you on a pedestal that, okay, this person is an expert in this field, this person knows what they are talking about. So it becomes easier for them to, okay, should we say the thing 120 per month, Abi, take the money and I do it. Okay, so these are just different ideas that you can do. That sharing flyers can be discouraging because people don't actually read that flyers anymore. So what things would they find attractive? Okay, you could partner with a supermarket and say, okay, maybe let's know another practical example might be schools. They usually have PTA meetings. You can talk to a school where your customers are and say, okay, just give me like 10 minutes from your PTA meeting. Let me just talk about again. Your goal should not be to sell. People hate being sold to. That's one thing you should know. Even you yourself, you do. If you are working on the road, somebody wants to give you a flyer, you will all look at like, people hate to be sold to. But if you come in a way that you want to give them a valuable information, okay, let me teach you how you can build a legacy. So, for instance, I want to go to your children's school or any school in particular, and you just do a topic, how to build a legacy for your children, right? Nobody knows what you want to talk about, but every parent wants to create a legacy for their children. So they will give you listening ears, okay? And you can start your presentation is, okay, the way Nigeria is going now, you need to have things that can keep generating income for you over and over and over again. And you do a wonderful presentation. Trust me, people will give you their number. Even if they are not ready to buy at that point, you have gotten contacts. You can continue to follow up with them eventually. You can do for your churches too. Maybe you might not be able to do the service, but maybe doing women's fellowship, men's meeting, all those kind of small meetings. Talk to the leader. Can you give me like 5 minutes, 10 minutes? Let me just do a short presentation. But the goal there is, remember I said, it's not to come and sell. The goal there is to come and educate them. Okay, give them that education. Once they see you as an expert, there's a concept known as know, like, and trust. People need to know what you are doing first, then they need to like you, then they need to trust you before they can give you their money in exchange for whatever it is you are selling. So if you're able to overcome that three factors, the know, like, and trust, people will not know you if you don't show up. If you don't tell people that this is what I do, they will not know. Sometimes you just sit down and assume that, so you don't know how they do real estate. How will I know? You don't post. Even if you post, you don't talk about real estate too much. Okay. They don't like you. What makes people like you is if everybody wakes up on a Monday morning with their own problem. That's another thing we should also understand. Everybody for this Lagos get waiting they pursue. All right. So you can't just come and want to add your own problem to my already existing problem. I won't give you the listening years. Okay. But if I see that what you are doing would help me solve some of my problem, it will make me give you listening ears. So that's how to build that likability. Do things for people. Okay, care for people, do things for people. Sometimes it might just be a simple act of service. That helps you to build that like. So the fact that okay, you are always educating this person. 10 things to know before you buy land, or how to avoid omonile wahala, or 10 documents or 5 documents you must get every time you purchase property. All of those small information helps you to build likeness over time. Now, of course, once somebody likes you enough, they get to the point where they trust you. Once they trust you, they can do anything for you. So do we understand that? So think of crazy things that you can do. Carry your market for head like gala. Have you seen a gala seller before? They are not shy about what they do. They carry it on their head. If they have to run, they run after you. If they have to stand in front of your boss to make sure you stop. So always look for things that you can do to stop people, get their attention, then deliver your message to them. Do you understand? Okay, so that's one technique about gorilla. All right, sir.
I do not totally agree with the fact that flyers have gone out of fashion in marketing. They have not. I think it is the way you give out the flyers that matters. If you are moving, you see somebody probably has his own problems, you take a flyer and want to give to him, he will throw that flyer away. Just like what guerrilla marketing is trying to teach us, that we must begin to do things now in a very unconventional way. I think if you have segmented an area and you said, okay, I want to do marketing in this area today, the first thing you should do is to identify the category of people you want to talk to before giving your flyer out. If you go and you talk to somebody properly about land and why he should get land, if you are giving him a flyer, that person will not throw that flyer away. As a matter of fact, most people whom, when you talk to them that way, they don't want the flyer, they will tell you that no, keep the flyer, I will not take it. So flyers still play a very crucial part in marketing.
Concerning the target market. Now, what I'm about to say is very controversial, right? But this is what I believe. Right now, if we're talking about who we are targeted at, the truth is, the people that are actually targeting are the Biafrans. Let's be very, very frank about this, because we already know that land mass, we know the land area, and we know who it belongs to. But you understand? And okay, I will not want to use that, but this is my own belief. Yes, that's it. So this idea just came to me that, okay, if you go to an area that's filled with Igbo people, or filled with, let's say, the Eastern people, I mean, if you pitch the idea of Biafra to them and making them see the long-term investment in that land, that's making them see that, imagine if Biafra gets the independence now, what do you think that land will be worth? Making them see foresight, the future. Think about it, like, because I thought about it and I'm like, if you really sit down with somebody, a person who believes in Biafra, and pitch it out to the person that way, I mean, the person will give you ears. the person will definitely give you airs, and most likely you will sell, you close that deal, most likely. So I've decided that personally, that's the tactic I will try. So, but I said, let me just put it out there to you all in case it inspires you and you decide to actually try it. Thank you.
Average Igbo man does not seem to think that Biafra is a reality. Yes, they might begin to say, Biafra, Biafra, but when you go to him and you are talking about Biafra and what he stands to put in place, for instance, when the discussion about the Jews moving from around the world into the Middle East started, most of the Jews began to go into Palestine to buy property. They began to move into property into the Middle East en masse. And you try to tell them that, okay, today you still see that most Igbo people, controversially, are running away from the East into other parts of the country, and they are discussing Biafra. It is kind of contradiction. If you are talking about Biafra and you are talking about the East, there should be a movement from other parts of Nigeria into the East. People should begin to invest, yes, begin to invest into lands and other things in the East. And I have come to tell you that we have present the properties in the East, where if you buy them now at very, very small prices, in time to come, these things will, I have been talking to them, they will say, let us first of all see how this thing happens. That is the problem we are having in the market and selling of land. The Igbo man does not actually believe that Biafra will come to be. You see, yes, you talk about it, go and invest in the East. You go all around, even when we went for a stock, the first stock market, see, yes. It's not even about, wait. Even when we went for, when we went for stock marketing, the one at trade fair, those were some of the tactics some of us were using. Let us move to the East. As you see.
Thank you very much. When it comes to people not having money to invest in the East, I totally disagree with you. I have a friend. Yeah, that's I've told Mr. Dixon about him. I even brought him to the office, the other side. He lives in the UK. You understand? The young man, he buys property every now and then. You understand? So each time he's buying property, he's in Lagos here. He grew up in Lagos. You understand? He doesn't know anybody in the East. So I was even the one that was able to convince him to come home and start investing here. Now I'm trying to convince him to buy in the East. He doesn't understand what I'm saying. He's ready to buy 50 plus of land, but if you're telling him to buy in the East, you tell him, my brother, forget that Eastern something. All I know is Lagos. I want to do it in Lagos. You know, it's all about convincing the person, and it takes time. It's not about he doesn't have the money or he doesn't want to buy. Inside he might want to buy. You understand? It's just for him to be convinced beyond reasonable that if he invests in this place, it's worth it. Because most people believe that Lagos have most of the population and most of the strategic industries are situated in Lagos, which is not supposed to be so. Yeah, but that is the reality of the day. If our government will be able to divest in other places, we have seaports in Port Harcourt, on Warri, even on the chart can be, drilled to a level that you can put a port there. So that's what our government needs to be. That is for the reality. Nigeria is a very political nation, political-minded nation. So let's face the reality. But the truth is that most people that say they don't want to invest in it doesn't mean they don't have the money. You can keep pushing. One day the person will be like, let me understand what this person is saying. You understand? And most of us who are marketing, we are in Lagos here. There was something I did, and I learned from the gorilla marketing last week. I hardly take a physical flyer. I took physical flyers here. I had something in mind through the gorilla marketing. My wife's junior sister was going back to the East the next day. I'm the one that gave her money for everything. And she doesn't do anything in Onitsha. She always doing her nails and all those fine gear. I say, Udo, come. Every time you be asking for money, brother, send me money. I'm not going to give you a dime again. I want you to make money. Use this, your fan, make money. Use these flyers. This is my number. I don't know anything about it. Just go to men markets. Those men you know. Don't meet those men. Tell them, see, this is what we have. This is just Asaba. If they want to go for fiscal inspection, let them call me. I will not contact the office. They'll go there. That was it. That's what I learned from guerrilla marketing. Thank you.
All right. That's a nice strategy. So use what you have to get what you are looking for. So again, when it comes to investment, everybody has their why. As marketers, also we need to understand this. The reason why, like I said, for schools, you might say build a legacy for your children. Any mother that hears my children, you don't touch a soft spot. So this your guy now. Maybe the reason why he's doing Lagos is one, Lagos is what he's familiar with. Two, he's looking at security of investments because he doesn't have anybody there to watch over the properties. So he might not really. Another thing could also be turnover value. If I decide to sell this land now, will I make? So everybody has their why. If you're able to understand the person you're talking to and say, okay, this kind of person is thinking of resale value, then give him ideas on how the properties would be able to resell later. If it's for security, for instance, I don't have any family members there, so who will be helping me monitor and all of those things? The idea that it is in a gated estate and the company can help you do management, that might help him to convince him, right? So understand the person and understand the why. Why is this person buying properties? If you can understand that, you have gotten your leg in. Let me just put it that way. It becomes easier to convince the person. Somebody that is interested in security, if you are telling him that the resale, he might not really find that valuable because that is not his why. Okay, so maybe you should also try that. Just understand why this person is investing, and that can also help you to convince the person better and make sure they buy. Okay, so anyway, yes. To also go back to what you said, flyers are not outdated. Okay, like I said, give value first. Nobody likes to be sold to. The reason why you don't collect flyers on the road is because you know that this person is trying to market something to me. But like you said, if you've had a discussion with that person, you've presented value, you've spoken at length with the person, and you now give them the flyer, it's easier for them to, okay, for more information, in case you need to contact me or in case you need to learn more, there are more information here. Okay, that person would easily collect that flyer compared to when you just see somebody and say, okay, well done, take. Most people would not most people will not take it. Yes. So any other ideas that we can explore?
Some time ago, I came here saying that I went to somewhere to see somebody with the intention of selling land to the person. But as I was waiting somewhere, I saw a lady whom I thought could be in a position to buy land. But there was no way for me to approach the lady. So I wanted to know what I could do to get to the lady. People said a few things here. And I have tried those things. I tried to talk to her on WhatsApp because I tried to get her WhatsApp number to talk to her. She would not respond. I tried to call her. She would not pick my call. So they said I should prepare something. I went, I prepared a small material like that, put inside an envelope, and I dropped to the PA. The PA handed it over to her, but she has not responded since then. So I don't know what I can do again online so that I can attract her attention.
So I remember you asked that question that day. Guerrilla marketing. Go and stand in front of a car. Go and see. You've called her. You've done WhatsApp. So just closing time. Just stand in front of her car and say, "Madam, I want to talk to you." Even if it's for 5 minutes, and just explain to her. But again, online, I think you've done everything you can do. You sent her messages. Another thing you can also do is, like I said, educate her. Just share valuable information. Don't come as if you want to sell. Once people see that you want to come and sell, by default, there's that wall that they build against. Okay, but if you engage them in conversation, so have you thought about investments, benefits of investment and stuff like that? Funny enough, the person might already know about investments. For somebody to be at that level, I'm sure they have some level of financial education and all of those stuff. So just find something valuable you can do. But last result is what I just told you. Just target closing time and stand in front of Akara, madam, I just want to talk to you. I mean, no, I'm not coming to hurt you, but I'm just trying to get your attention. I'm sure she will even be like, this man self, you know they give up. And that might be able to allow her give you the attention that you need. So let's just try that. Okay, so any other questions? Any other questions? Any other questions? Questions, issues, challenges. What can we do better?
Okay. Another question I want to ask is technical side of it, of marketing. I personally, I have been trying a way to get the attention of people in the, what do you call it? This social media, this elite social media, Instagram. You understand? So I've been trying several ways. Is there any way you can teach us how to be able to attract the attention of people in that place? Constant attention. Because if you come to Instagram, what you normally see these days, I think the person that is always running now is like Obi Kubana. Every time Obi Kubana, all those guys are very rich. You understand? Now I'm not that rich. I'm not a social personality. So what do I do to attract the attention of people in Instagram? Because most people in the Instagram, though many of them live fake life. Apart from many of them, most of the elites are in the open it up, please. Most of them are on Instagram. So what do I do to attract their attention? You understand? Because somebody like Obi Kubana is into real estate too. I recently discovered these days he'll be talking about, he'll be marketing his products. That is Obi Kubana, we are real estate, we are exploring Africa, we want to, all those, yeah. So such people, what do we do to attract their attention? That's my question. If there's any technical way of getting to them.
So thank you for that question. Like you said, Obi Kubana is also a real estate agent. Okay, I'd just like to show us some things so that it doesn't look like I'm just talking. Okay, while we wait for him to connect. So the thing is, people believe results. Okay, if two people stand there now, if me I stand there, okay, Obi Kubana stand there, and the topic before us is, okay, let's say first lecture room is here, second lecture room is maybe where the studio is, and the topic for the day is how to make your first 1 million. First speaker is me, second speaker is Obi Kubana, and is in that room. If you enter this door, which of the two rooms do you go to? That's just the truth. Okay, that's just the truth. People believe faster when they know that, when they no, not even know, when they see the results, when they see that, okay, this thing that you want to tell me, you have done it before. Okay, so what you can also, first thing to get attention is show results. If you have people that have bought properties from you before, show it, post it, of course, with the permission of the people. Okay, permission of the person you are talking to. Go to the land you are trying to sell, do a video. This is what I'm trying to sell to you guys. You can see it. When people see, the way the human mind works is once we see, it becomes faster to give you that attention that you need. Also, let me show us. I know we know Coach Spark, have we? So let me go to his Instagram and you see some of the things that he does. Most times it's just educating. It's not selling. He's not saying come and buy land, although he posts it, but majority of his content is just education content, right? People would easily come to you. And once they see you as an expert, forget, even if it's the next 10 years that they are ready to buy, they will know that this person that I know that knows this thing, they will come and look for you. So that's just the simple logic. Of course, it takes a lot of work. I just explained it in 2 minutes. It's not something you can do in 2 minutes. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of consistency. Okay? So let me bring up Coach Sparks. So as you can see, this post is just teaching you about marketing. He has not said, yeah, of course, he has mentioned real estate here and there, but the main goal of the post is to teach you about marketing, right? Um, if you look at the next post also, you see that it's more of education also, educating. So let me show you another amazing person online. I don't know if we know her. Trisha Business. Okay. So what she does is she takes events and take out things from that event to teach you market. She's a marketing coach. So let me see. There's this particular post she did, I think it was yesterday. Call out, not this particular one. So how many of us heard about Davido that posted his account number and he raised over yes, he raised over 200 million in 24 hours. Okay, that's not the cocoa of the gist. But the cocoa of the gist is, so this person now, she's a marketing coach. She takes things that are happening and teach you the marketing ideas that you can pick from that. And that was what she did with this post, right? So if you look at it, while you're excited about OBO's ability to raise 100 million in a few hours, let's talk about some marketing lessons that we can learn from the fundraiser. Okay, so first slide, I went through the stories and came up with 5 marketing lessons that you can apply to your next sales. Okay, capitalizing on occasion. So Davido was able to capitalize on the fact that it is my birthday. Do something for me. Give me birthday, right? So again, Christmas is coming. People have hustled for the whole year. Sometimes, all the money they've saved from January to December, they might have it in bulk now, and they are looking for things to do with it. Of course, some people will go and spend it for Christmas, but some other people who have sense will be looking for where to tie down that money. So this might be an opportunity to say, okay, plug in your real estate. Okay, so first principle here is the video was able to capitalize on an event, on a major event that's happening. Okay, so second principle was call out strategy. The video was calling people, you, oh yeah, do what you can do. You. So if you also have customers that they have the ability and they have the resource or whatever, feel free to reach out to them. Your one might not be to come to social media and be calling their names, but go and meet them. Say, Oga, I know you have this thing. Invest in this thing. Be more deliberate with those kind of people. So that's another thing that we picked from that social proof. Like I said, people like to see results. Every time somebody transferred money to the video, they screenshots it and post it that this person sent me 1 million, this person sent me. So for your own, somebody buys your property, show it. Somebody came for site inspection, so the person never buy. But you are able to capture his face on the property during site inspection. Show it. Let people see. People like to see proof. People like to see results. Okay. Appreciation. Say thank you. Customers that have bought from you before. Do a shout out to them. Like December is coming now. I know AIT used to do this thing back in the days where they will show all their customers. They will do a list of all the people that patronize them. We just want to thank you for an amazing year. Okay. You can also do something like that. All the people that bought from you between January and now, you might not be able to buy them amper, but just give them a shout out. Thank you for your purchase. Your purchase is part of the reasons why we are still standing as a business, stuff like that. So 2 things we're able to learn. Consistency is also key. You don't show up today and the next time we see you is next tomorrow or next year. You have to show up consistently. Okay. So the cocoa is this particular person now. This is her own strategy. Anything that happens, she picks out something from it and uses it to teach you. Whether if you follow this kind of person, you will see her as a marketing expert. That's just it. So you too, your own field, real estate, show people that you know what you are talking about. Show people that you are experts in that area. Okay. And once you get to that expert level, you don't need to beg people. Once they are ready, they will, this person they will always come back to look for you. Of course, you also have to always show up because people would forget what they have not seen in a few days. Okay, so you have to keep showing up. You can see that Coach Spark also almost every day he posts just to stay top of mind. People like MTN, Coca-Cola. You don't need to see Coca-Cola adverts for those who take Coke before you drink Coke. But they will keep advertising. Why? They want to stay top of mind. As human beings, we remember easily what we see over and over and over again. If you go to your WhatsApp now, there are some people that anytime you open your WhatsApp status, they must post. If they don't post for 1 or 2 days, you would notice that this person has not been online. So that's how the human mind works. If you keep showing up, you would register yourself in the mind of these people, and eventually when they are ready to buy, they will come for you. Okay, so how to capture attention on social media? Give out value. If you're constantly giving out value, people that are interested in that value, now your value will not be attractive to everybody, and that is also fine. There's no amount of follow-up and evangelism that you want to do. Somebody that has decided that he doesn't want to give his life to Christ, he will not answer you. So you as a business person, don't waste your time and energy and effort on those kind of people. Focus on your followers. Okay? Focus on your followers and give them that value. Then from there you can continue to build it up. Okay. So if you know that Obi Kubana is popular right now, he's getting attention, use his name in the message to just capture how to become Obi Kubana before you are 30. That can be an headline. Okay, so you say Obi Kubana started with real estate. He was buying and reselling properties, or he bought properties, left it for like 10 years, resold it, and he made his first 1 million, stuff like that. Once you keep pushing out those kind of content, people would find you and follow you easily on social media. Okay? Does that answer your question, sir? Okay, so any other question? Any other issues, challenges, anything that we can talk about? Right now, Obi Kubana is very hot. Anywhere, EFCC arrested him, and the whole office came out to take a selfie with him. That's the first. That's the first. I don't want to call him a prisoner, but he was supposed to come to the office for question. And when you go to the office, everybody came out to take a picture. Everybody came out to take a picture with him. And he posted it. Yes. Anything that he does right now, he would get attention of people. See Davido too. If it was an average, someone like me now, I can post my account number on my WhatsApp. I'm not sure I will see up to 5,000. I'm not sure I will see up to 5,000 there, but Davido posted it. Now, another amazing thing is there's this scripture that says, this is not how you say it, but I'm going to paraphrase. The rich get richer, right? The story of the talents, take from the one that has and give it to the. As the video is now, he has become a brand ambassador for Wema Bank, because the amount of publicity that Wema Bank got from that thing alone. Yes, now a lot. The what is it called? Account officer. This month like this, the guy will just he go be happy because he has met his target. In fact, he has met his target for the next 2 months, if possible. So you see that once you get to a particular level, things just begin to. So you need to put in the work first to build to that point where you get to that level, and it becomes easier for you to just attract any other thing. Okay, people say he's broke. People say he's this. The cocoa is, even if he's broke, now he's no longer broke. He has 200 million. He has 200 million sitting in his account. I'm not even saying let's accept that he is broke. Maybe he was broke. That's why he posts his account number. But now he has gotten 200 million. What kind of broke? He's not broke again. So man. Even if he was broke that time, he's no longer broke because they have 200 million sitting somewhere. Okay, so if you build that platform to that point where people see you as okay, another good example was Obi Kubana doing his mother's burial. Nobody, of course, nobody knew him. People actually know him, but people actually know him. Yes, he was, but. Yeah, Kubana chief priest, yeah. But that burial now, what I'm trying to bring out is people were just giving him things like take 400 and 400 and almost 456 cows alone for him.
That young man is just like a guy that if you come to the club, he will be the one that will be broadcasting your name. He will be hyping you.
Yeah, hype man.
Hype man, that's what he does. If you come to a Cubana nightclub, both as Adelo, they grew and the one they took now, he will start hyping you. But you know that when he hype you, you have anything
And yes, and that is so part of the strategy that we talked about, that call out strategy. When you call people out, when you mention, give them that praise that they deserve, it gingers them to want to give you. That's why you see all these Yoruba boys like what, hey, twale. Even if you be Baba Agba, just to make for yourself, and if na 100 naira dey your pocket, you go give them. So sometimes when you know people that okay, this person can actually do this thing, talk to them, call them out. Okay, so even if not to cover shame, they will buy, and you have met your target. The cocoa is they buy, you meet your target, and you move on. So there are things. These are different guerrilla marketing strategies that we can push it.
From the guerrilla marketing that Coach Spark taught us that day, I learned one thing. Sometimes you have to like present something that you are not. You understand? Yeah, like like a bit of fake. But when you present such image, work hard to make sure that tomorrow people don't find out it's fake. Because I remember vividly when I was growing up, Ojus Okalo in Aba, those days in the 90s, that was mid 90s, 94, 95, 96. He wasn't he was not Abia State governor yet. But when anybody will be playing match at the Aba National Stadium, after the military governor of Abia State must have come for the match, and then maybe anybody is playing 3SC of Ibadan, the military governor of your state will be there to watching the match. You hear the noise of two sirens. It's the governor of Abia, military governor of Abia State is already there. The one of your state is already there. Then after like 45, 30 minutes, you will not hear another siren. Which other governor? You just see Oju Zokalo. He will now burst out with his convoy. Like 10 cars. He will come and say, this guy, every time, he wasn't governor. He was already preparing himself to be a governor. He was presenting himself to be a governor. So when the election came around, automatically people has gotten it into their subconscious. That is our governor. You understand? You try to present something you are not. Before people will start believing it. Before people will push you to even become that particular personality. You understand? Thank you.
If I'll add up to that, it's not fake. It's called projection. Project. So if you look at this advert for instance now. If you go to Vatican Garden City, you will not see a full done house like this. Yes or no? But you are showing the picture of what it will be. So people like to see results. Like I said, if you show them bare land, it might not be as catchy as when you show them, the full house, everything standing. That's why you see real estate. They will sell you the model. They will show you the road. They will show you a car self parking in front of the house. They will show you the family, stuff like that. Those kind of images sell better. And like you said, he did that over and over and over again. And to an extent, you registered in people's mind. Once you hear a third siren coming, you know that, okay, that is all Jews or Carlo coming. And once he come out to say, this is me, because you already know him, you give him that attention that he deserves and stuff like that. So it's not like it's fake, but always, project an image of a desired future. Not just any image. Don't say because you want to project an image now, you go and wear one nonsense something and put it out there. Project an image of something desirable. You want to ask a question? Okay. Something desirable, something that people would look up to and say, okay, this thing I'm interested in it. This thing is sweet. I'd like to have it. That's just the idea behind it. Okay. I like the fact that we are interacting. So, any other questions, any other issues, any other thing that we want to talk about? Any ideas on guerrilla marketing that we want to use? Today is just question and answer. Today is just question and answer.
want to talk about the time for the technical support that usually takes place on Tuesdays. I don't know how many people here usually attend that technical support. When the idea came up, some of us were of the opinion that Tuesday wasn't an appropriate day for that. Because I don't know, for some reasons, Tuesday is kind of choked up with certain activities. And I suggested that on Fridays like this, if we finish the normal work of the day, we could use maybe 30 minutes for the technical support. People said it could be tiring to you. So I don't know whether that is true, whether if we can keep 30 minutes after we would have finished what we are doing for the technical support, whether it will be very, very tiring to you now that you are here. Because so many of us don't attend that technical support on Tuesdays. And I'm lacking behind seriously.
Okay, so it's part of that feedback that we consider, I decided to do it today. So today is also technical support, but in collaboration with the class. So that's a feedback that we'll also take into consideration. But today is technical support. So any issue, all those things that you're lacking behind on, bring it. Let us solve it today. Let's finish it today. We have classes every Friday, but maybe once in a while we'll dedicate it to something like this that we're doing.
Is it possible linking my social media accounts together? I mean, linking Facebook to Instagram and co. How is it done? How?
Do you have a phone here? Okay, so yes, Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, they belong to the same company, the same parent. So you can link those three together. All right, but for Twitter, you can only post from, it's still a form of linking, but you can post from Instagram and it shows up on your Twitter. Okay, but those other three, you can link them together and do anything you want to do. So no, LinkedIn is an estate on its own. So he's not connected to any of these apps at the moment. It's just Instagram to Twitter. Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, they work together, but Instagram and Twitter also has a bit of collaboration. So what do you want to achieve? Why do you want to link it? Maybe that can also post the same thing, yeah. Okay, so that can only be achieved from Instagram to Facebook and Twitter at the same time. But for LinkedIn, you don't have a choice. You still have to go and post. And the reason is also different. These platforms have different formats. On Instagram, you do picture first before the caption. But on LinkedIn, it has to be caption first before image. So sometimes, that I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. That format is different. If you want to post on Instagram, if you see a post on Instagram, you will see, like this post now, you will see the picture first before you see the texts under the picture. But on LinkedIn, you will see the text first before you see the picture or the video under. So that format issue is a problem. But for now, from Instagram, once you create a post from Instagram, you can share directly to your Facebook if they are connected. Let me see. So if you want to do that, just go to your settings. Under settings, you go to accounts. So under account, because this is desktop, you might not see the full options. But if you do it from your phone, you will see accounts. Under accounts, you see Facebook. Just click on it and it will connect to your business page on Facebook. Then you also have the option for WhatsApp. So if you're using a WhatsApp business app, okay, you can connect it to both your Facebook and your Instagram. Does that answer your question, sir? Okay, so any other questions? Any other questions? We are still here. Business, yes. They've not sent you the letter. So Nigeria, our country, NIPOS is supposed to deliver the letter, but NIPOS is not so efficient. I would look for another method to verify it. Maybe by the next time I come, I'll share it with us. I explained to you that day that it might take that issue might be there 2 weeks, yes. But again, nine posts can be very, you know how Nigeria can be sometimes. They are the ones that didn't deliver the letter. Let me see. But I'll look for another way to help you verify it. So maybe when next I come, I would share that method with us. So questions, settings, account. Any other questions? Any other issues? Any other challenges? Yeah.
Which platform is best or is best when it comes to pricing for new market?
Okay. So when it comes to pricing, the most popular one and is efficient to an extent is Mailchimp. Mailchimp. I think Mailchimp has a free account for up to 2,000 subscribers. If you have, it's when you have more than 2,000 people that you are sending emails to on a monthly basis. That's when you begin to pay for it. I know there's Aweber, but the one I would recommend is Mailchimp because one is easy to use. Two, they've been there for a while, so their servers are okay and stuff like that. You don't want to use a service that you're paying, and at the end of the day, your mails are not delivering. Okay, there's Aweber, there's Mailchimp, there's so many of them, but just try Mailchimp. Mailchimp. Yeah. Yes, so up to 2,000 people monthly on a monthly basis, 2,000 per month. Once you cross 2,000 per month, then you need a paid account. Eternity, yes. So far you don't cross that 2K in a 30-day period, you are good to go. But once you know that you have more than 2,000 people that you want to send to, then you have to upgrade to a paid plan. It's not a 7-day trial or a 1-month trial. For life is 2,000. So let me also just confirm that to be sure. Yeah. 1,000 contacts a month. Experiment, right? So once you don't cross this 2,000 contacts per month, then you are good to go. Okay. Questions.
Do you have any platform where you can verify emails for free?
So again, sincerely, by international standards, you're not supposed to get emails from elsewhere. You're supposed to collect emails from people that sign up. It's because this is Nigeria that there are no laws. We do anything anyhow. In other countries, when you send somebody an email, and that's why you always see most emails say unsubscribe from here. If they report you as spam, your email account can be blocked. So what's the word now? Ethically, there's no website that allows you to verify email because it's not supposed to be in the first place. But there are some ones that I actually also cannot share with you. But again, if you check and look, you find one or two things. But ethically, it doesn't make sense to get emails from people that like buy emails. I'm sure that's you buy and want to verify. What you can do is build a sample product, a free gift. Do a PDF file or a Word document. 5 things to know about real estate and just share it. Before I share this thing with you, give me your email address. That's the standard way to do it. Okay. Do you understand, sir? So any other questions? Any questions? Accept cookies. Questions, issues, ideas.
If I want to do that feedback and get email addresses, which way do I go?
So you can use this Mailchimp. It allows you to build. It's called a landing page. Okay, it's very easy to use. Put your topic, whatever it is you want to talk about. Okay, put the product, sign up. You create a small form, name, email. If you want phone number, also you can also add name, email, phone number, and you just share the link. You copy the link and share it anywhere. You can post it on your Facebook, post it on your WhatsApp status. Anybody that is interested clicks on it. Once they submit the form, on the next page, they get a link to download whatever it is that you have downloaded. That's one option. You can also use Google Forms. Create a Google form, collect the details you want to collect. Once they send you the details, you email them with the response. Or on the confirmation page of the Google form, which is the next page after they've submitted, you can also put the link to download. So that thing you want them to download, you can put it in a Google Drive folder, create a link for it, the link on the Google form. So that do you understand? Sounds okay. So once they download, you get their details, and that's ethical. So it might not take a long time. Depends on how you push it. Okay, if you push it far and wide, you might get the video got 200 million in 24 hours. So if you have that kind of resources, okay, you can share it on the WhatsApp group. If it's something valuable, the truth is, if it's something valuable, people will also help you to share it. I'm sure some of us have seen WhatsApp messages that they did not send you to forward it, but you forwarded it because it was valuable to you. Okay, so if you package it in a way that people see it as value, they will also help you send it. This person will also send it to the next person, and like that. So the goal is to create something valuable and something engaging so that it can help you travel faster. Okay? For someone like me now, if you give me a target to raise 200 billion, I'll probably ask you to give me like 2 years before I get there. But someone like Davido, he can do it. So it depends on the situation around you. It's not always as about how long it will take. It's about how well you do it. For some people who have the budget to do advertising, they can just run paid ads and build that email list in less than an hour, or whatever it is achievable for them. Okay, so any other questions, ideas, issues, challenges, anything you want us to talk about before we shut down? Okay, this is almost 12. I mean, what time are we supposed to stop? 11:30. Yeah, like we're approaching 12. So questions. I think I've shown us how to create a Google form before now in this class. How many of us remember how to create a Google form? Yes, Google Forms. No, that one is Google My Business. Okay, which one? No, we've done it in this class before. How many of us have also explored YouTube marketing before? How many of us have a YouTube channel? Are you using it? Okay, I know anybody that has a Gmail has a YouTube. We are not pushing 8 subscribers. You are trying, sir. You have gotten 8. But do you post videos? Okay. Is it personal videos or real estate videos or real estate videos? Okay. Videos that you do or video that other people does, yeah. So YouTube is another exciting way. Yeah, go ahead.
Allowed to now since Scott has video, I just go to my channel and upload that and
Yes, it is allowed, but you also have to acknowledge that you got this video from CPLAT, but it's allowed. But again, it's more effective because YouTube, people that subscribe to your channel, they're subscribing because they like you or they want to hear from you. If I want to hear from CPLAT, I don't need to come to your channel. I'll just go directly to CPLAT's channel. So also, it makes sense to recreate your own content in a way that people who follow you will know that, okay, I'm following this particular person. not CPLAT. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Okay. So once in a while, you can share other people's content, but majority of your content should be your own content, your face, your voice, your persona, so that people who follow you know, like, okay, this is the person that I am engaging with, and not just CPLAT profile. Okay. So consistency is number one. You people come. YouTube is actually like anything you want to learn in this life is on YouTube, and people search a lot on YouTube. Okay, and the way search work is, once I search for things to know about real estate or anything real estate, the platform will go and find content that are valuable and show me that content, because that is what I'm showing you. So we talk about keywords. Keywords are things that people will search for. Okay, if I want to search about properties, I'll probably do things to know before you buy properties, or how to identify a good property. So in all of those sentences, property is a keyword. Now, when you're also creating your video, make sure you use that keyword as part of your title, so that once somebody search for properties, your content that is talking about property would show up to that person that is searching. Okay, so that's first things first. But then again, you need to have valuable content, like I keep saying. Don't just post because they say you should post. Post because you want to deliver a message, and you want that person to come back to you. I'm sure some of us have watched videos that, okay, this person makes sense. Let me go to their page and see more videos. That is how YouTube works. Okay, somebody can just click on your page link, go to your page and see other videos that you have done. So first things first is make sure you create valuable content. Then when you are doing your titling, make sure you use keywords. Keywords are things that people search for. Okay, properties in Lagos, buy properties in Lagos, properties in the East, land in the East, landed properties in the East. Those are keywords. Okay, so make sure you use those kind of things in your title, so that when people search, your content will show up in their search. Yeah, and make sure you have a lot. YouTube is actually very simple to use. It's just that most of us are not familiar. You can do it from your phone. Just do a video. Do a video, upload it, and you start sharing like that. Your channel link, yes. You can also share your channel link. Tell people to like, comment, and share. Okay, so no, it's fine. Go ahead.
Now, I see 2,000 contacts. Except I can what saying 2,000 views to 2,000 contacts.
Yeah.
Does it mean so can I change the contacts monthly?
Of course, of course. So when they say contact, it's just like you have your phone book. Also, you are saving that contact to your account. That's how it works. So, like I said, people need to sign up. You share a link, download this thing, give me your email address. So every time they do that, it's saved. It is saved to your account. So it's not like you can, delete these ones and put another 2,000. That is Nigerian. That is Nigerian sense. But they also will not allow it, because they want you to get to the point where you start paying them also, because they also need to make money. So no, you can't swap contacts. Once you have more than 2,000 contacts, it will prompt you automatically to upgrade to the next available package. But then again, if you start and you see the value of it, then it won't be an issue to pay. It's just that exchange rates can be crazy. If it was when dollar was still like 150, 170, $9 would have been a small money. But now that dollar is like 500, by the time you sit down, that's 5K a month. If it's not something that is bringing you direct revenue, you might not be willing to invest in that. Okay, so any other questions, any issues, any challenges? We have about 25 minutes to go. So we can still do more. So it's also the same thing. Keywords. Anything hashtags, titles is keywords. Keywords are basically, if me as a user, I want to come and look for something, how will I type it? That's how to think about it. So if I want to look for shoes, for instance, I'll do where to buy red shoes or where to buy cakes. Buy cakes can be your own hashtag. Buy cakes in Lagos, buy cakes in Okota, buy cakes in Surulere. If you want to also streamline it to a particular location. Okay. So hashtags, keywords are things that people search for when they come online. So hashtag works on Instagram, keywords works on Google search and YouTube search. Okay. Hashtags also work on Twitter, but it's not as popular as the way it works on Instagram. On Facebook, it's just decoration because people actually don't search on Facebook. Yes. Where people really search is on Instagram, on YouTube, and on Google search. Yeah. So that's where those keywords and hashtag work well. Okay, questions, issues, challenges, anything, so that we can. Okay, yes, I wanted to talk about Google Forms. So basically, it's just how to create what I was explaining earlier. You want to create a form where people will sign up. So, you could do this as 10 things to know before you buy any property. Okay, so that's the title, description. Thank you for signing up. I want to share a PDF for you. I want to share So I'm just going to do that for example's sake. You can put in your own information. So please sign up. First thing here is what's your email? You can decide to phrase it in your own way, but let me just use this for this example. So first question here is want to collect their email. You add another question. What's your phone number? etc. You can add as much question as you want. Once you're done with that, you can customize it to make it look and feel like yourself. You can change colors, you can add image from here and all of that. Once you're done, you just come here to send. Come to this second option here, which is the link. This is the link here. This is a long link. If you decide to shorten it, click on this. It shortens, then you copy. Once you copy this, you can paste it anywhere on WhatsApp, on Facebook, on via text message, via email. If you are sending emails to people, send it via email. Once they click on it, it brings them to this form that you have created, and they fill in their details. Now, I was talking about confirmation page. Okay. Then confirmation page right here. Okay, settings. I was looking for settings. So settings come to okay, there's something I'm looking for.
That's a question.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
When they fill this form and probably click send, where does it go to? Since I did that.
So you would get, once you come back to your form, you would see all your responses here on this same form. So this place we have, okay, yes. So this is responses. You can see the first thing here is questions. Questions are the questions that you have created. Once people begin to submit, you will find their responses under responses. Everything will be listed here for you. Then if you need to download it, just click on this button and all the responses will be downloaded via Excel and saved to your computer. You can also do it on phone. So just go to forms.google.com. You can create all of this from your phone. Yes, forms, forms.google.com. Okay, yes. So confirmation message. If you want them to download something, you can just click on edit and put the link to what you want them to download. You put it here. So every time they submit the form, it takes them to the confirmation page where you can just get your free copy of my book by clicking on this link. They click on it and it download. So this is under settings presentation. You see confirmation message after submission. After they have submitted the form. Yes, after they have given you their name. So the first page of the form is where they put in all those details, name, phone number, depending on the questions that you have set. Once they click on submit and they have submitted that details to you, the form automatically redirects them to the confirmation page, which is where they will now find the link to download whatever it is that you want to give them. Okay, so that helps you to achieve that goal that of getting their email addresses first before you give them whatever it is you want to give them. So does that answer your question? Untitled form, yes. That's where to start from. So title the form. You can see it's the same thing I'm showing here to untitled form. Just put the title of your form there. Then you can start creating the questions that you want, depending on what you want to achieve. Yes, of course. Once you have a Gmail account, it saves to your Google account. Once you have a Gmail address, once you create so the way Google products work is once you create a Gmail account, it creates an account for you on all Google products, YouTube, everything Google. You have an account there. So anything you save, Google Drive also, anything you do here is also saved to your Google Drive. So you can create as much as possible, except if your Google Drive is full, where you no longer have space to save more. That's when you begin to have issues. But so go to your Google Drive. So again, if you have from your phone, if you have the Google Drive app, just download it. It automatically picks whatever Google account is on that phone, and all your stuff will be there. So just go to Google Drive and delete. You first see move to trash. Okay, then from move to trash, you can delete permanently. Because if you move to trash, it stays there, which is still taking space. So if it's something you're sure you're no longer in need of, you can just go to the trash and empty your trash bin. So if I go to drive.google.com, for instance,
On your desktop, I saw WhatsApp icon.
yes, you can access WhatsApp from your laptop too.
I do know that, but not this way. The one I do like is through
Web. You go to Google Chrome.
yeah.
Yes, so there are two options. You use the web option or you download the app. This is the WhatsApp app for desktop. The same way you have WhatsApp app for your phone, there's a WhatsApp app for desktop where it is there permanently. Yes, you have to download WhatsApp app to the desktop and sign in. So the difference between this is for the Google Chrome is more of a temporary stuff. You know, if you clear your browsing details on Google, that WhatsApp that you signed in on the tab would also close. But for this, it is permanent and you get more features. For instance, you can do voice calling, video calling from the desktop app, but you can't do that from Chrome. Have you noticed? From Chrome, you can't do calls. It's only just to read message and send message. But from the app, you get more features. Okay, so you need to download the desktop app and set it up. Questions. Are we still together? Well, so questions. So you can see, no, there's no WhatsApp business for desktop yet. But you can sign into your WhatsApp business account on desktop. Do you understand that? When you download the app and you're signing in, just use the number attached to your WhatsApp business to sign into the app. Okay, you might not get all features, but you get most of the things there. Okay, so if there are no other questions, with these few points of mine, I hope I've been able to convince us and not to confuse us further. Okay, so Mr. Bright, over to you. Thank you, everybody.
Mr. Victor, you really impacted us. Thank you very much, Mr. Victor. Yeah, I gained something very, very important. And one thing I gained is the results. People want to see results. So if you know you have closed any deal from Vatican Garden Estate before, you can get back to the client and ask for videos. Let the person give a review, what the estate is like and everything, because that would honestly help to close the next deal. So next week we're having our market storming. And I want us to all come with a prepared mind to close as many deals as possible. Because we are going to Alaba. That's the location, Alaba. So come with a prepared mind. And one thing I want to make mention of is have the videos of all our estates on your phone so that when you meet any client, you can easily show the client the video and have it accessible. Not so you have to put on data to show the person. Have it accessible so you can easily show your videos to clients. And also, our boss here made mention. Sorry, sir, please. Our boss here made mention of how to get more people to your page. Most times, whenever I go through people's Instagram, I see how they just leave the caption. Sometimes they can just write "selling fast" or just write anything in the caption. But that way, you might not really get anybody's attention. If you know you want a caption that is appropriate for our estate, you can message us because we have an outline of what it should be like. So if you need a message that you want to give out there, you ask us and we can send it to you so that you can have your advertisement well packaged, because that's the only way you can really get views on your page. And so that is it. Also, shirts, based on shirts for next week, the people that are going to be getting shirts are those who do not have shirts. So if you already have your shirt, ensure you come with your shirt next week. Next week. The shirt. You're going to get shirts next week. So come with the mind of going to change next week. You have our studio where you can go in there and change, or the toilet, go in there and change. Yes, sir. No. Well, at least they are consistent. And that's good. They're consistent. No problem, sir. No problem, sir. We are consistent members of Vatican Garden Estate. Yes, sir. What? Yes, Friday next week. So we're still going to come here. Try and come earlier than that 10. Come earlier than 10 if you can. Come earlier than 10. More will be made available. Yes. I can send it to you.